Oh, hi there. It's Tuesday, and it's time for some slow shogi. Just some slow, thoughtful shogi. Nothing crazy today. Going to be a bit of a relaxing day. I don't want to say relaxing because the games are tense on Shogi Club 24, and I certainly I'm trying my best. But I mean, relaxing in terms of not scrambling to not get flagged or play not blitz. Just there's really not much to discuss. Just not blitz. And so I'm going to play on Shogi Club 24, the usual, try to find some 1560 games. And, maybe we'll chat, maybe we'll talk. There's a big event coming in, what is it now? It looks like 5 hours. The Nishiyama game is going to be starting. So my understanding is that it starts. I think the Abima page... the Abima page. Let me put this. I think it's already in chat, but I put this in kind of as a reminder from before I started streaming. So I'll paste this into chat right now. But this is the link that I got from the not Madoka Kitao, Kagawa Manao. Her stream. She had a video about just basically saying that this thing is happening, and she got a little not dramatic, but it's hard to tell from the YouTube auto translate what she's really saying, but it sounds like she has mixed emotions, because mixed emotions on the whole thing. One, I suppose, that she could be losing a competitor. Two, she wants this is a huge event that she's wishing Nishiyama the best, and then she listed a tweet which I believe was from the opponent of Nishiyama today, and it was one of those. It seemed sort of like, you using this auto translate, it seemed like it might have been sort of a heartfelt hey Novato, might have been a heartfelt, just kind of, I don't know, like resignation to the fact that everyone wants him to lose, or everyone wants her to win, and it's tough to be on the other side of that. I think the tweet said that he's been known her for 15 years, and this is all like music to my ears. So, the not drama, but the inside scoop on what's going on in these players' minds. And I've said this before, and I don't have a great suggestion, so it's not like a major criticism. I don't have a great suggestion outside of what other things sports do. But the idea that this exam format is, I don't know. It seems less than ideal to me. There's outside of gatekeeping and the ethic of just always doing your best. There seems to be very little winning. There seems to be very little winning room for her opponent today. Like, he can't. He's not going to make people happy. Hey, I dream of Shogi. Great to see you. Why is this not showing? Oh, this is Nishiyama is 0-5 versus in Sandan League, though. Apparently, they played something 15 times overall. It's fairly even. And good day, Emperor Rex. Good day to see. Good day to you. Yeah. So it's 15 times. It wasn't 15. So the auto translate. I was watching an auto translated Manao video where she was reading a tweet, in Japanese. So it's like two layers of something here. Hey, Goshijin. Yeah. And Ghost1, great to see you. Foradun as well. So it's awfully. I feel for him. This is the exact same thing I was saying weeks ago. Is that obviously I'm cheering for. She's one of the few pros that I've met and spoken to. So I'm on Team Nishiyama, even though she was the enemy in the early days of Nishiyama versus Satomi. But I'm cheering for her. but I feel for her opponents, and especially this last one. It feels to me like he is in a no-win situation here. All he can do is try his best, and motivation has to be low too. Like it's tough. It's very tough. It's very tough. Like, I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the upside for him. I don't think he gets more money for winning. So you can't even put that. There's like, you could say gatekeeping, but like gatekeeping isn't like necessarily like a virtue. I think some people would be glad to, keep people out of the pro ranks, I guess. Or if you just want things to say as they always have been and always are. But I don't get the sense, based on a couple of translated tweets that I've seen from him before, that I don't get a sense that that's his nature. So I don't know. It's tough, but I'm excited for it. It's Abima TV says that it's at 9:30, which is I think 5 hours from now, little less than 5 hours from now. So I am going to stream, and then I'm going to, so I'm going to stream. Do I know the time control? I do not. That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. I just assume it's one of those where I won't be able to see the end unless I stay up all the way through the night. Maybe I'll stay up late for this one. If the game, if the game takes 9 to 10 hours to complete, including lunch and breaks and whatnot, that means that, it starts at 4:30 p.m. my time. That would mean it's like, after midnight. I could certainly stay, and I might, depending on how the game's going. But yeah, so my plan today: stream, win every game, and then close up the stream, do the bookkeeping so that the live video is public and all that kind of stuff, and then watch on NHK World Japan, the YouTube channel. Watch sumo. Watch the days sort of. The NHK World Japan, they for the basho, the big tournaments. It seems like they have the full day coverage, with trimmed in the middle, in between bouts, and it's narrated by an English speaker. So I have really enjoyed these sumo events that I've been watching, such that I was telling my family yesterday, next time we go to Japan, I am absolutely going to, we have to time it around one of these events. I would love to go to one. And I did look to make sure. I wasn't sure if they'd let me in. I don't know the rules for any of this stuff, but I did see faces that did not appear to be Japanese in the crowd. So I assume that foreigners are allowed to watch the basho. Goshujin, you saw a couple of official. Wait, Novato. You think it's 3 hours? 3 hours aside? 3 hours aside. Which would plus a minute Byoyomi. So, which puts the game at probably a minimum of 6 to 7 hours itself. And then there's like an hour or so, lunch in the middle. And I don't know if they have breaks that hope to stop it. You're going to stream it. Ooh. So I was going to on my floorboard, I was going to play out the game and do what I used to do for Nishiyama Satomi games, which is, I've got my computer with the Kifu, I've got my board with the game on there, and then, I'll be playing it through and going through with the board with the engine. But if you're streaming, I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that. I'll have that. That'll be one added thing. I think I still may do the playing it out on my own with the board, but I'll probably watch you as well. That's a feat. I don't know. I mean, whew, that you're committing yourself to a minimum of 9 hours of streaming in a very slow game. Hey, Eloy. So you're confirming it's 3 hours each. Okay, lunch is only 40 minutes. Okay. I like anyone who's been on this channel knows. Like, I'm not a huge follower of the pro game, but I am pretty excited about this because she is one of the two players that I've followed more, and and I happen to have met her, so it's extra special. And her style is great, even though she's a dirty Ishida player. Her style is fantastic, but she has played Nakabisha and opposing, of course. And so this is I think the first match that she played after the U.S. Shogi Championship last year. She played Fukuma. No, it was Satomi at the time. No, it was Fukuma. Her name, I think, had changed at that time. And Nishiyama played Nakabisha and won that game. So I was in seventh heaven. The main problem for you, I Dream of Shogi, is that you just got back from vacation to Switzerland. Woo, nice. Last night you haven't been able to sleep yet. Oh man. Well, then who cares? So what? So just keep it going. Put off the sleep one more time. That's not a problem. So you're ready for this. So this is a good thing. And I assume you have some sort of chocolates and other things on the side that you would have brought back. So that'll keep you going. Let me just update this so I don't get knocked out. You're not going to watch it live, Goshijin? You're not going to be up in the middle of the night or whatever? I'm pretty excited. You watch Novato, you do watch a lot of pros. So yeah, I mean the pros that you would watch have a chance of playing your opening, which is nice. That's something I don't necessarily have in the pro game, unless it was Satomi really when I was playing Nakabisha. But I'm still on Team Watanabe. Obviously, you're not after 10 p.m. your time. You're not able to stay alert anymore. Understandable. Oh man. So I don't know. I think she's gonna win. I think her opponent is mentally. I think her opponent is in a mental spot where he can't win. I think he's feeling trapped. So I think she's gonna win. I think she's gonna pour it on, and he's going to be in his own head. And that's my Shogi Club 24 12. Wait, am I 11Q or am I 12Q? I'm 11Q. That's my 11Q take. Fortune, that's what I usually do. I usually watch like the first half. And that's really it. Gust 1, you've got a fever. Oh, sorry to hear that. You might stay watching the game, but you have to settle for seeing the result. Yeah, that's how it's always been for me. I have not seen one of her pro games finish. It's been, I watch the game, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up, and it's the first thing I check in the morning. Hey, Koshiro, good to see you. You still think your strongest opening is Nakabisha Anaguma. So I am Team Furibisha in my heart. This is true. This is true. So, speaking of Anaguma, so where do you watch it? I pasted it in the chat to begin with. Here is the link that I Dream of Shogi says he may be streaming it later today. So that will also be a place to watch it. But from the Manao Kagawa, Manao released Ladies Pro, one of the top Ladies Pros, and the top Shogi streamer Manao Kagawa, she made a small video talking about her feelings about the event, and she in her chat it listed this link, this Abima link, and let me paste that in YouTube. Hey Gabrielle, good to see you. Oops, oh, this is not it. I almost pasted an entire Kifu in there. This is the link that I got from hers. I clicked it through. It's there. It gave the time, 9:30. Yeah, Tobey plays Nakabisha. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. His is a little less approachable to me based on what he does after. I find his style of Nakabisha is not so approachable to me. The official channel more accessible for the audience? Wait a minute. You're talking about Shogi here. You're talking about Shogi. How could you even ask that? How can you even ask that? Oh boy. Answer: no. The Abima is it. Abima is it. That's it. I do like when they stream it. I don't know if they'll have the Kifu. One thing that some of the pro games have is this sort of updated Kifu, which is nice. And you can plug that into Shogi Home, and then just, it's very easy to reload the Kifu into the engine. Novato Furibisha, 3rd, 5th, 4th, 5th. So time for tooth. What is this? What is this? What is? I'm not sure what this is in response to. Is this in response to Koshiro? Is this in response to Koshiro firing shots at me? Oh, the last games. Yeah. Well, I don't think she'll go. She doesn't seem to play, in my limited exposure to her games, she doesn't seem to play opposing rook against static. Does she? I have to imagine she's blasting out her third file today. Like that is her thing. So I would imagine and sort of hope that she's gonna go if she's gonna go out, she's gonna go out swinging. With her best. I just want to say that, if she loses, that I understand how she feels. I had trouble ranking up to 1Q on Shogi Wars. And that was tough to me. So I'll understand if she doesn't make it. I'll understand completely exactly how she feels because of that Shogi Wars experience. All right. Maybe I should get a game started. It's not like, in these 1560 games, it's not like we can't keep talking about this stuff. $172 players. It is low. It is low. Low player population. What is it? 4:48 a.m. All the Shogi players, they're just biding their time. Everyone wants to see the match tonight. Oh, no. Short 3. I love the time control, but no. I'm not looking to play short 3. Short 3, Shogi Wars needs short 3. Oh gosh, I just spilled tea all over my pants and my shirt. I with emphasis was going to say Shogi Wars should have short 3, which is 5 minute with 5 second Fisher increment. Now I have some tea on my pants. I've got some tea on my shirt. A little bit of tea on the book that I use to prop up and sort of slightly take impact from my mic. It's a very high, very professional setup here I have. All right, I guess I will start challenging. I think I've played Haruka Mirai, though. I think I've played this player. Who's over here? Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this 8Q. Kyo UK1? Or is it Kyokul? Opponent is not found. Wow. Takai Keigo. Wow. We've played Takashi-52. I don't think there's something I'm getting bad memories. Oops. Saita Makan. Oh, look at this. I have it isn't showing up on the chat on the view. I have 199 wins on Shogi Club 24. So I'm going for my 200th. So it's a potentially eventful day in the world of shogi. I may hit my 200th. Nishiyama may become a pro. Don't I have location written? No, I took the location off because I was afraid that people were avoiding me because it was American. I was having trouble getting games at some point. I think this is before I was streaming. I was having trouble getting challenges accepted or challenges offered, and so I just took my location out. All right. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable and for some reason the board is looking like the left side is wider than the right side. This side is wide. So things are I don't know if my head is in a weird spot right now. My mental state. Okay. So what I don't remember exactly what I do here. I'm gonna do this anyway. Push the pawn. I take the pawn, right? In honor of Queen Nishiyama, I'm thinking of going opposing rook. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. So I'm up a pawn. Look at this castle. Look at this. Look at this castler. Look at this castler. Oh, we were talking about Anaguma earlier. I reviewed that game off stream, the game that I played against the 1 or 2 Dan where I built Anaguma yesterday on Shogi Wars. And I reviewed the game I played on Sunday morning against the club leader, who is a stronger player than I am. And these were both very good games. These were both really good games, and I had my chances in the Shogi Wars game. I don't know if I didn't. I played a very good game, I think, over the board, but he didn't give me any chances, or I didn't create enough situations whereby I had some things. I'm climbing gold. I'm climbing gold. Whoa. Should I bring my silver up? Should I bring my gold up? Should I bring my bishop out and just take the silver? All right. I see that. I see that. Interesting. 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 Should I drop the pawn or should I go on the offensive here? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's not give him a chance. Okay. Okay. I think he should have taken it with either the pawn or the bishop. So if I take the gold, we'll take with the gold. If I take with the gold, he takes with the rook. I drop the pawn. He goes back. If I take with the rook... Hey, Tulip. Hey, ZenSC. Great to see you both. Started a little late here. We had a lot. Hey, Eric, great to see you too. Had a lot of Nishiyama talk. So what's the idea? I drop he drops a silver. I take, he takes, I come back. He drops a pawn. No, he doesn't have a pawn. Do I go? Okay, so he gets that pawn. He gets that pawn. That's the key. That's the key. So that's the key. So he has a pawn. I have two. He has a gold. I have two silvers. What if I just promote? If I just promote, he takes the gold, the rook. He takes the rook. Hey, DrLennon, good to see you. Does anyone happen to the Ban-O manga translations? I don't know. Yeah, 4.5 hours. So if I promote, he takes, I take. Where's he coming? What is he doing? My castle is better. Yeah, that vampire. Yeah, I like that. I really like that one. I win. Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. That's a funny place to resign. I think it is significantly in my favor there, but that's a weird spot to resign. Did I play it right? Did I play it right? Are we seeing? Okay, so I made a mistake. I made a mistake somewhere here. Opposing rook. Okay, that was in honor of you. That was in honor of you, Queen Nishiyama, playing my opposing rook. Even though you're a third file player, you do play opposing rook sometimes. That was in honor of you. Move 51. So let's quickly copy this into Lee Shogi. Some fuzz went in my mouth. So move. I think I think this is okay here. Like this is just opening stuff. This is just Sente. This is just Sente. I'm not worried about this. So move 51. Okay, so this move. Oh, what if I just promote here? So this is, this is low depth. So wait, no, 52, 53. So 53 is where I lost it. Where not lost it. 53 is where I gave up some equity. Move 53 to move 54. When they have silver 5-5, can I switch to central to pin the silver? Let's see. Where am I? Do I want to give up that? Oh, interesting. I guess, what would the opponent do? Pawn drop here? No, then I come in. Then I come in. Then I take. Just pawn drop? If they drop the pawn here. I'm okay, I'll flip the engine. Pawn to 6 is the number one move. Pawn to 6? Giving up the pawn? Pawn to... Wait. Let me. So Rook is not in the top 5 moves. It's still very good though. It's still very good. It seems like everything is very good from this position. Bishop 8-8. A bishop 8-8. Okay. So maybe that sort of helps their development a little bit. Hey, Killer Ducky, good to see you. Silver gonna crash silver 3-6. So you're thinking I push pawn 2-6. Silver takes is not in the top moves. So this must be catastrophic because this is already so strong. What am I missing? What am I missing? So let me think. If I do this, I drop I tataki no hu, he comes up, I tataki, and then I can tataki again to block the rook, and then I take the free silver. That's got to be it, right? Pawn drop 2-7. Yep, that's it. Yep, okay. So, okay. I feel, okay. All right. I wish I would have seen that at the time. Oh, what do we have here? Maybe I don't lose that. Maybe I do. Oh, I guess I do. Because he can't protect. He's either going to protect the rook and lose the silver, or he's going to lose the silver and protect the rook. That rook is going to be struggling. So the engine says the best move. I mean, it's already completely over. Is pawn 5-3. This now hits the silver. Okay, interesting. Pawn 2-6. If rook takes, silver takes. Rook drop 2-8. Or pawn drop 2-8. Or no, rook 2-8. Rook 2-8. Yeah. Wait. Where is that's the line that I silver takes rook 2-8. Wait, where if silver takes tataki, silver takes 3-6. I'm not sure where we are now. Oh. Ah. Oh. Wait, so rook to 8. Oh, it is the line. Oh, okay. 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 That's interesting. That's interesting. So, I thought I'm playing so fast. And even then, actually, leaving the engine run longer, it does like my move. Okay, it does like my move also. It likes silver 4-5. It likes silver 4-5. The in-browser depth 20 JavaScript engine, caveats all applied. It does like my move. Naturally. I mean, naturally. I feel that this is a more human engine. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. So where was that move, though, that I... 53? 53 to 54. Oh, here. Bishop 6-4. Dang. That Bishop 6-4 is stone cold. Is it? No, wait. Because they can block, right? Let's begin the procedures. You don't see why I caveat a depth 25 search? Well, it's depth 20. It's depth 20, and it's the JavaScript Yana. So I don't know how strong this is. I've never played this against a real engine. I've never played this against I don't think it is. I don't think it is. This is a much older version. Not that there's been all this much development in the shogi world. It's older, and I don't know what neural net it's using. So I assume it's probably well, that's the thing. I'm not assuming it's superhuman. I would guess that it sort of is. I would guess it is. I just don't know. Especially in the opening. In the opening, even the so I study the I've mentioned that I study with the engine in the opening. It flip-flops a lot and pretty significantly, especially up until, depth 35, 40 for the opening moves. Like a move that it likes at depth 17, I've seen regularly that the eval of that move to be like 500 eval bucks worse, once we get to 40. Like I've regularly seen that, but anyway, I'm only throwing like the caveats out there just in case someone is like, well, this is low depth. It's not the best engine out there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, and I'm saying it sort of humorously to point out that a move I made may not be the best move, even if it's at depth 17 or 20. But anyway, that's it. I like this Bishop 6-4, but I don't know what to do after this. Take. Pawn has to take. You gotta use your engine more. Yeah, yeah. Well, if you use your engine more, maybe you'll get to my level. You'll get to my level. On second thought, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't use the engine more. All right, I'm gonna play it through because I'm not seeing what to do. I assume I have to take. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Pawn takes. Oh, it's just the value of getting that bishop in hand. All right. All right. All right. All right. I still don't think it's resign. I still don't think this is resign. The game, you know, a pro is going to win this game, sure, but this is not a resign at my. I could have just left it there. I have to take because it's going to ruin my structure. I don't want this structure, I think. Because I think letting the opponent take, I don't like this personally. Like I don't like this structure when I'm in half Mino. Let me try to find where I was. Where was that line? It's you know, bishop takes is it's 19.5 versus 15.5. So, you know, or 20 minus 20 versus minus 14.7. So it's, you know, it's a decent amount. You know, the alternative is pawn 2-7 promote. But yeah. I'm at least 3 moves ahead in the resign diagram. When the enemy puts the bishop onto the Mino diagonal, the way to defend is just to yeet off pawn 6-3, pawn 6-4. Yes, I mean, I guess I'd just rather not have it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything to throw there. I mean, I could, I have a silver. I can get a castle. All right. All right, fun game. Fun game. I think that one would have been one of those that is mildly instructive for me to have to finish out. Let me add this. Let me add this to the study. Oh, wait, that's the wrong study. That's the wrong study. That's 2020. No. Oh, wow. I've already played 18 games on Shogi Club 24 this year. I am definitely on pace to... Oh, wait, maybe I'm not on... Yeah, I am on pace, but not as much on pace as I thought. My goal, my 2025 goals was 4,000 Shogi Wars games, which I'm guessing I won't hit. 200 Shogi Club 24 games, and then 1,000 mate challenges per month. I've already done the 1,000 mate challenges so far for January. Could play against someone in the chat to try to close out this game. Oof. Oof. Boy, that's a challenge. That's throwing down the gauntlet. Does anyone want to? It'd also be a mental exercise for me, because once I've said this, once a game is over, my mind can't get back in. It's part of that thing. So there were discussions today or in the past 24 hours on Shogi Harbor. Two subjects somewhat near and dear to my heart. I'm not gonna bicker about these subjects like in text in the Discord. So I wouldn't really take part in a discussion like that. But there were two handicaps. There's a new player who apparently doesn't like handicaps very much, and the handicap army is coming after him. And not really. It was just one or two people, but I thought that was funny. And then in 2025, if you were against handicaps, you still need to sort of keep quiet in the shogi world. You've got to keep quiet. So there's that, and then what was the other one? Oh, takebacks. Someone was doing takebacks, and basically the same sort of discussion that we've had here of how, like, if someone asks for a takeback, the game is now over in my mind, and those especially at one club that I've been to, I've had a few people ask for takebacks, and I've lost. I haven't lost all those games, but I've lost, I think, two. I've lost most of the games, I think. This is a small sample size anyway, but those games hurt. Those games hurt because I can't take them seriously, but then I also have sort of the annoyance in my mind of having been beaten. It's tough. Takebacks are a tough subject. I don't like to give them. I don't like to get them. That said, I did Nifu this weekend, and we didn't do it. Just say no. It's hard to say no. It's hard. It's hard to say no. It's I learned it from watching you, okay? Wait, was that the same generation as the Just Say No campaign? For people outside the United States, when Ronald Reagan was president and Nancy Reagan was first lady, there was an anti-drug not policy, promotion campaign, let's just say, that was based around Just Say No. At a club, it's tough to do that. It's tough to just say no. If I dream of Shogi, this is the right mindset. Well, if someone takes back a move, it means they've resigned, and you're playing through a post-game analysis. But the problem is in their mind. So I'll be laying in bed at night, wide awake, thinking about this loss that I had after the take back. And I'll just be knowing my opponent thinks that they had the better of me. And so that's the thing. It's the mental damage. It's easy to just say I never accept undos. But like at the club, especially with relatively newer players, it's hard to say that. It's hard. It's hard to be that guy. It's hard to be that guy. That's it's hard for me to be that guy anyway. At least at this stage of my life. Yeah, it's fun. The difficulties of over the board shogi. Yeah, so 18 games on Shogi Club 24 this month. So I am on pace to hit that 2025 goal. Oh, and that was the That was the 100th. That was my 200th win on Shogi Club 24. All right, total, not obviously not this year or since streaming. It's just total. Seichan, good to see you. That you think mata is a function for Shido Taikyoku. Mata is a... Thank you, DrLennon. It's a function for Shido Taikyoku. Mata. What is... Ah. Is that take back? I'm trying to look up Shido Taikyoku. Oh, for a guidance game. Ah. I also see that Taikyoku, from Google, the AI overview says Taikyoku is a basic Shotokan karate kata that translates to big ultimate. Okay. Okay. The direct translation is wait, but in context, it means taking back a move. I like that because people say wait if they make a mistake. Where are we? Oh, so there's no one here. There's no one here in the 11 queues. Biru-chan. Gunma. When you started play Shogi with your dad, he allowed you to undo your move. Yes. When I started teaching my kids both chess and shogi, I did let them undo moves. Yeah. But once I nifu'd against my daughter, and they didn't let me undo that one. They were younger. They were younger, and so like they I wasn't very good at the time. Not that I'm very good now, but I was even worse back then. When I was trying to teach them, and for a while, anytime we'd look at the board and they'd go Nifu like and laugh. They didn't play, but they thought it was awesome. They thought it was awesome. Yeah, biru is beer. Yeah, I assume that's what the biru-chan. One of the great things about Japan, at least when I was there, I don't know if it's still this way. You go in the hotel and you've got the vending machines there with biru in the vending machines. So like if you just exhausted after a day of just walking everywhere, of a day of sightseeing and stuff. You get back to your hotel room and it's like, oh, I saw that biru. I saw the what is the one? I think I don't know if it was like Asahi Dark or something like that. I can't remember which one it was, or Sapporo Dark. And like, oh, let me just go back. Let me go back to the hall, get the biru out of the vending machine, and just. I'm not really a beer drinker. But sometimes, like, just to relax, I want something cold, and I don't want soda. They have everything. Yeah, they have everything in vending machines, including, so in the Akihabara station, I misread, or I couldn't read. There was something in the there was something in the vending machine. The box, I couldn't read the text, but the box, it looked like boba. It looked like tapioca balls in the on the can. And I'm with my family. I'm like, oh look, they've got there's boba in the vending machine. I've got to try this. And I get it. And what it actually was warm, like clam soup or clam drink. I don't I don't know. It was not boba. So that was an experience. Let's see. Iwao Koyama challenge. All right. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Gosh, I think my favorite meal that I had in Japan. Oh, layout. Thank you. Gosh, thank you. I don't think Urashino Sensei or Urashino Ryu channel respond to this pawn push. Hmm. Do I have to bring my bishop out to 5-3? So that if he comes up, I come up. All right. People can play their opening so much faster. That's not trapped. I don't. That's not trapped because if I trap take, he comes in and promotes. Oh, interesting. I was not expecting that. I kept expecting the bishop to come out. So I think whatever he drops, I think I take with the bishop. If the king runs, do I still sack? He started not to allow mata about 1 year after that, but he allowed mata only in the case of checkmate. And you learn there's that's where you learn there's Tsume Shogi. Thank you again for that layout warnings. Good, the goodness. That would have been a disaster. Do I give up the knight? Or maybe I should have taken the lance, because this is not going anywhere. This fork is not going anywhere. I'm thinking about dangling. I'm thinking about dangling pawn here. Also thinking about taking the lance. Also thinking about dropping a silver here. trying to bait it away. I'm also thinking about a silver here. Maybe the king should have... maybe I should have dropped the silver here. Because the king can come up now. There was no need to rush this. There was no need to rush this. That's nice. That's nice. I drop the silver. He takes with the bishop. I take. Rook takes. And then I drop this silver. Drop the silver, yeah. Let me just think again. Let me just revisit. So this is what I expected. Silver drop. Silver drop. Or should I drop the pawn? No. So if I drop the pawn, I think the rook is going to come here. So if I drop the silver, rook comes over here, then I drop the gold or another silver. And then I'm coming in. Do I have any stylish mate here? Bishop drop. Bishop drop here. What about bishop drop here? He drops a silver. I take and promote. Then I take, that's mate. He drops a knight, so I bishop drop. Drops. He takes with the silver. He does a silver. I take with the bishop. He takes with the rook. I take with the rook. He runs over. I've got the gold. If he takes with if he takes with the rook, then I just take the bishop. No, he runs. So it's not no. Wait, he runs. If he runs. Hold on. Bishop drop, he runs. I take the bishop, he runs. I take the rook. All right. That's fine with me. I'm not seeing a faster mate. Let me look a little longer. Silver drop. Or I could just drop another silver here. I could drop another silver on 5-7. No, because then he can clog it up. All right, we're doing it. We're doing this. I think this is easier for me to read. This one is just mate now. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay. Let's see. Tulip, you say that silver 6-7 looked nice. Is that the one I dropped? Or nice before? Gold 6-8 would be mate if he blocks with anything. Oh, just take the rook. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Oh, oh. I mean, sure. If sure, if you want to win, if you want to, if you want to win that way. I didn't see it. Oh, okay. Dragon takes rook is easy to read. Well, it needs to be easy to read, but you also need to be able to see it. It would have been it was very easy to read once you see it. And seeing is half the battle. Look at this. What did I do wrong in the opening? What did I do wrong? Wait, if we're going to talk about it, you propose reading more candidates to lower depth. I like that proposal. So I don't think that would have even, I don't think I would have even considered dragon takes. It's not that it wasn't a candidate move. I think it wasn't even on my radar. I think it's one of those moves I simply would not see. So the Tulip had made a real nice study yesterday from one of the games. When in the discussion is candidate moves. A lot of the discussion is candidate moves, and you have to see the candidate move to. If I force myself to find 10, I guess with that much time I could have. It checks, captures threats. I think even if someone said, like, even if I had someone, so my son was playing chess over the break, and I explained that I was reviewing some of his games, and I used that for the checks, captures, threats, every move checks, captures, threats. Even if I would have asked myself that, I don't think I would have seen that dragon takes. I was so locked in to that dragon pinning that bishop. I was so locked into that I just don't think it was even, I don't think that was ever going to come out of my head. But maybe if I forced myself for 10 candidate moves. So I like that this happened, because I think now maybe that it will, maybe the more of these I see that I just don't even consider, I think, hey, Skykeeper, yeah, well, there's nothing to read. There's nothing to read. There's no depth to read if you don't see the move. If that piece is frozen to you. That piece was 100% frozen to me in that position. It was not even, it just wasn't even a possibility to me. Like, I think in that position, me looking at dragon takes is akin to me looking at like pawn 5-5 in that position. It's just not something my mind is even considering. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Fabiano Caruana had talked about something like that, where a move, where I think he drew a game that he should have won, and someone was asking, why didn't he just swing the rook over for the easy win, and he said, he said, like, I think he said, I have no excuse for it. The move was, I just did not see the move. But you don't get the impression that I believe I can overcome it. Well, I think I can. I think I can. I think being in this position here, I think will help me overcome it. I think enough of these, if enough of these hit, where I've got some ideas that where there are moves that I don't even consider that are extremely strong, I have to believe that I'm going to start considering these things. I have to. Otherwise, I'm never going to get better. So I have to believe it's going to happen. So 7 is a lucky number, Tulip. So we'll do 7. We won't do 10. We'll do 7 if we've got the time. Yeah, maybe ask myself, have I put any pieces in the freezer? Yeah. And the word freezer is weird enough in this context, such that I think I would remember it. All right. Oh, man. The engine likes me, though. The engine likes me. What happened here? So this is move 38. Move 38. What? So I'm guessing they missed some sort of tactic or something that was there for a while. Oh, where's my Lee Shogi? Now I'll change the scene, and I'll have to remember to put it back. Okay, was it move 20? No, 30. Why did I think move 20? Move 38. This is not the game. This is not the... Oh, Lee Shogi, you got me again. Lee Shogi, you crazy son of a bitch. Lee Shogi gets me every time. God. If you add a chapter, you import a game, you add it to a study. Focus on that game. Why would you go to the first? All right. Move 38. Oh, so this, I think, is it. Move 38. Okay. After move... Hey, Novato. Your Shogi Wars stocks are back up today. 2 and 1. All right. That's it's all looking good today. This is it's a big day for Shogi. Today is a legit big day for Shogi. Oradun has won 66% of the games. Nishiyama is going to be playing. I got my 200th Shogi Club 24 victory. It's like these are monumental achievements. Tulip is 2-0 so far. Jinx. No jinx. No jinx. What did I do? What's wrong with this? Is it because of this? So just bear with me. I just want to King 3-1, Gold 5-2. Pawn 9-4. Bishop 4-2. Bishop 4-2. Silver 7-3. Silver 7-3. You cut me deep, Engine. Okay, Bishop 4-6 is the move. Bishop 4-6 is how the opponent capitalizes on this. And Pawn 6-4 is the answer. This is what I was going to do. It's flip-flopping a bit. Okay, Pawn 6-4. Yeah, it is what I was going to do. But it's still it's not a good spot for me, I guess. So what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Where does, according to this, where does it go wrong? Move 23. Hey, Transport. Oh man, the Shogi Wars gives a billion kishin to whoever wins the billionth game. They're going to give one kishin. They're going to give one kishin. I'm still excited for that. I am still very excited for the billionth Shogi Wars game. I thought it was going to happen in 2024, but no. There, in January so far, when I am looking at Shogi Wars at my time at night, which seems to be about the prime time, there are a lot of players. What are my thoughts on Kishin? I think in the end, I think at some point, I trust heroes, the people behind Shogi Wars. At some point, I trust them to know their business, but I can't help but questioning if this is the best monetization strategy. Like if we're talking, so there are a number of topics or a number of layers to that. As a monetization system for heroes and Shogi Wars, I say all these things. I say all these things as a fan of heroes, as a fan of Shogi Wars, as a fan of Shogi, and someone who wants to see Shogi Wars succeed. So that's my foundation to I guess to everything I'm going to say, and so I tend to think that Kishin is a lousy monetization strategy. I think there are better ways to monetize, that all the other apps in the world have shown. And I think in 2025, in an environment where pervasive AI is potentially impacting the longevity and sort of lifetime, these games of this sort, chess, shogi, shang-chi, etc. It seems to me that it's not only not an optimal monetization strategy, but I think it's something that will actively turn people away and sort of be a black eye on Shogi Wars. So I think it's not good in that way. Transport says that the monetization strategy failed for chess heroes in Go Wars. Oh, which monetization? The Kishin strategy. Yeah. Well, five Kishin in Go would be significantly less valuable than 5 Kishin in Shogi. But anyway, so that. So I think that makes it bad from the just sort of site side. There's nothing about Kishin that makes Shogi Wars and Heroes not try to monetize in other ways that I think they should be monetizing, like the season pass, like themes, like boards, like avatars, all these things. Like Heroes and Shogi Wars, it's so they do so many great things. I think they make it a lot of fun to play a board game. And I think in a lot of ways, like the castles and the voices, in a lot of ways, I think they're ahead of like chess.com and Lichess. Maybe chess players just are so, serious business that they would never want that stuff. I don't think that's the case, though. I think chess players would love this stuff. So I think Shogi Wars it has some really nice innovation there in making it fun, but they don't monetize on that, which is they don't monetize in a what I consider to be a reasonable way, I guess. Like I've said a million times, the Nishiyama avatar, I'd have bought that. I'd have paid $20 for that. The Nishiyama avatar that I like. I can't help but think that, right now when Nishiyama is so popular that things like that would do really well. Like this is a major event right now. Today I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe people in Japan don't actually care that much about the Nishiyama Pro thing. But as far as I would expect, that this is a major event in the shogi world today. It's today in Japan. And Shogi Wars has said nothing about Nishiyama. There's nothing about Nishiyama. There's nothing about her opponent. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it's so silent. Chess.com. When you think about chess.com and Lichess, like they both, when events are happening, they are trying. They are. You can't get away from big events in chess, because chess.com and Lichess are both, putting it out on the front page. But nothing really here from Shogi, from Heroes on Nishiyama. There's a follow. You 2360. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. When did it start speaking the voice? Has it always done that? Has it always spoken the followers? I'm not sure. It's new to me. Maybe because I'm just blabbing so much all the time that I never notice. So there's that. And then then there's the discussion of actually using it. I'm not so hardcore against it. I'm not. I don't like it. I'd prefer that it not exist. And I'd prefer that it doesn't exist, to be honest. Because I do think it impacts the even though I say that the Shogi Wars rating system is the best that I think the Shogi Wars rating system is the best that we have in the shogi world, I do think it's altered in some way by Kishin a bit. The fact that it's so grindy insulates against the impact of Kishin to a certain extent, but it's still there. It's still there. And I think Heroes does a good job with that, of it, at least not letting it destroy the rating system. I sort of don't like that. I pay my $8.50 a month for Super Premium, and some of the compensation that I get for that $8.50 is Kishin tickets, which as a consumer, it just makes me think, they're giving me something. I want to use it. I want to use it because they're giving it to me. But I don't want to use it because I want to reach these ranks on my own. But then there's the argument I want to reach these ranks on my own, but I've been Kishined before. So at least I start going into the mental gymnastics of that, where it's, I'm just leveling some of the injustice that's been served upon me, but in the end, I don't use it. And sometimes on stream, I think 2 or 3 times on stream we have. But it's tough. Once you use Kishin, the thing is, it's not a win button. It is 5 moves, but Shogi is a difficult game to win. So, especially when, with engine moves, it's somewhat difficult to sometimes follow up on the Kishin. So I think that's one of the more insidious things about Kishin, is that you use it, and then you sort of have to use it again to keep it going. Because otherwise, it's like, okay, now I'm winning this game, but I don't see how to win. I just spent a Kishin. I don't want that Kishin to be wasted. Let me spend another Kishin. You're Japanese. You're happy to see the Shogi broadcast. Oh, well, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm glad to hear it. I've been streaming Shogi now since December of 2023, and really love the game. Really love the game. Zenesi, you say you totally agree with me. You also feel like it's a problem because it desensitizes people to cheating in-game in AI. Yes. Yeah. So there was, and you say there was a thread in the harbor speaking nonchalantly about using Kishin, which kind of made you sad. Oh, so I had said earlier in this stream that there were 2 discussions on Shogi Harbor that were piquing my interest. That was a third. That one was a third. Because if someone doesn't like handicaps, the handicap army is going to come out in full force and try to attack the person. So I was just waiting for that to happen. And the second was the takebacks, which which is a separate discussion. And then the third was the person just nonchalantly mentioning that they use Kishin. And it's interesting, but I think their justification for that is sort of in line with what I was just saying about how you pay your money to heroes. You pay your subscription to Shogi Wars, and one of the things they give you are these Kishin. So this player on Shogi Harbor said in the first game every month, or presumably the first game every time the subscription renews, they just use them all. They use them all in the first game. I don't hate that. I don't think I'll do it, but I don't hate that. And I understand where he's coming from. It's like, you're giving me this stuff. You're giving me this stuff. I paid for this stuff. I'm going to use it. So I understand where he's coming from. It's such a real weird situation. And it hurts because one of those 1Q rank up games that I was beaten in, I think they Kishined me. One of those games that I felt I was completely winning, I think they Kishined me. I even went back. If I remember correctly, I went back and I reviewed the timing on it. It's like, yeah, this looks totally like a Kishin. And that hurt. That hurt because I really wanted that 1Q rank up. I think that was in October. I really wanted that rank up, and failed a bunch of times, and knowing that one of those times was a Kishin, or at least believing that one of the times is a Kishin. That's another thing. It's when you don't know if the other person's doing it, it's very easy to jump to that as an excuse. It's the same thing that chess players are facing, with all the cheating accusations. It's like, if Kramnik doesn't understand a move, he thinks the other player's cheating. And yeah. Or if Kramnik didn't see a move, he thinks the other person is cheating. Especially if that other person happens to be lower rated than he is. And that's not a great place to be. So I don't think it behooves heroes in Shogi Wars to keep Kishin going. But it's already such a huge part of the ecosystem. I don't know how they get rid of it. Like, how are they going to compensate me? I've got like 205, I think. I think I have like 205 Kishin in the bank. how are they going to compensate me if they just discard Kishin? Give like a free month of subscription? I don't know. I don't know. What about someone who only has 100 Kishin in their bank? Do they convert them maybe to Kishin analysis tickets, or convert them to 2 Kishin analysis tickets? Because they're also selling this. They're also trying to sell those analysis tickets, which is kind of weird. In 2025, it's kind of weird to me to have to pay a ticket to get an engine eval on a position. Like, that said, I do think I have recently noticed that I think chess.com might have taken away the engine lines out of their in-browser engine, unless you pay. That easily just give you more gotcha rolls. Yeah, I guess they could. Yeah. But they don't have those gotcha systems. Like, they don't have those gotcha events running all the time. It's a real tough problem. It's a tough problem. I mean, maybe it's not so tough. But I feel for them, and I want to see them succeed. My major problem with it is that I don't think it's going to help them succeed. And I fear that Shogi Wars is just going to kind of be abandoned because, my understanding is that Heroes is struggling, and my understanding is that they're struggling, and I follow them on Twitter or X, and they're trying to get into all sorts of other things that are not shogi, and so that's my fear, is that they don't do well from their Shogi Wars. So they start doing all this other AI stuff, and then they forget about Shogi Wars, which is something that I've come to really love. Seichan, you say the down queue of Shogi Wars isn't reliable because of Kishin. Yeah. I think there's an impact there on the down queue because of those Kishin. But the slow rank ups of Shogi Wars, I do think insulates against the effect of Kishin a little bit more. Breaking news: Shogi Dad donates $1 million to remove Kishin from Shogi Wars. Hero shifts away from AI and focuses on the Western market. Yeah, right. If I've got $1 million to donate, ooh boy, I wouldn't be worried about the Kishin. Yeah, I wonder. So, I Dream of Shogi just said, "Lol, what would cost way more than $1 million." As soon as I read that, what actually started spinning in my mind is like, huh? I wonder what that number would be. I wonder what that number. So I'm not willing to agree yet that $1 million is not enough to get them to stop Kishin. I know obviously I know nothing of their business, but it would not surprise me if they would settle for less. You think it's at least 10x? Wow. Wait, no way they're making $100 million. Right? They can't be. They're not $100 million company. I can't imagine. If they are, then I'm a complete idiot. Then maybe they've been doing great. I think we did these numbers. I think we tried to extrapolate. I think we tried to extrapolate some of their subscription numbers. Oh, wow. Their market cap is over $1 billion? Multi-hundred million in revenue. Wow. Really? How could they be in trouble? Wait, how could they be struggling if that's the case? It doesn't cost. It doesn't take hundreds of millions of dollars to run and maintain that site, unless they're paying exorbitant amounts of money to the JSA for the rights. Fascinating. Because we looked. Let me switch to my Shogi. Well, no, let me quickly get in here. Shogi Wars talk. January 21. Just updating my thing before I change my scene. Updating my detail. We were looking at last year. We were trying to extrapolate, I was trying to extrapolate anyway. I don't know if anyone agreed with my methodology. Was to try to Grand Championship wins. So, Grand Championship wins, I had, where's my spot? Towards my own ranking. So, I finished 17,209th place. And this is with, what is this with? Where am I? I'm not finding mine. This is with 1,170 wins, 1,086 losses. So this, now I can't remember what we were trying to do. Was trying to, because three a day is, if you don't pay for subscriptions, that means you can only play 3 games per day. So at most for this yearly event, you would have 1,000 games. Is that what's the math? 365 times 3. At most you're going to have a little over 1,000 games. No, let's say between 1,200 and 1,500 games. 1,095. So at most you can play that. So all these players that have gone ahead of me on this list, we could keep. It's just very slow to go through these lists. Like there's no quick scroll. At least we know they have at least 17,209 subscribers. We know that. So that's 17,209 times. I guess we maybe average it to $5. Let's average it to $5 or $6 a month, because some people will be super premium, some people will be regular. So we know they're making, we know they're making at least 17,209 times 5 or 6 per month. Are there other apps were struggling and Shogi Wars was keeping them afloat? Do they have any more apps right now? This H-on, you think the problem is that the JSA approves the Don of Shogi Wars? Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's a problem for me. Yeah, I have my Shodan Menjo certificate that's ordered because of 81 Dojo. So in I think it was October. In October, I reached Shodan on 81 Dojo, and I immediately purchased the Menjo certificate. I have a 3Q Menjo certificate also, which I did use Shogi Wars for. By the way, it's in the other room. I have a 3Q Menjo certificate, but 81 Dojo doesn't have kishin, but I do think it's still susceptible to these types of things. not necessarily cheating. It's certainly susceptible to that if someone wants to do it. I don't get the sense that there are many people cheating that way. Maybe there are. I don't get the sense of that. But I mean, some people will. But I don't worry about what other people are doing. I guess in the end, for me, for my Menjo certificate, I don't worry what other people are doing. But there are ways to play meta games, which I have done, which is to pick and choose the opponents that you play. So, Shogi Wars doesn't let you do that. Shogi Wars has Kishin, which is a downside to it, but they have fair matchmaking for the most part. I'm still mad that they made it so hard for me to get 1Q. But anyway, but like 81 Dojo, you can pick your opponents, which to me makes their rating system suspect. I do want to show you. Say you think the actual problem is what people think is the problem is not at all what Heroes thinks is the problem, which is how to make more money. Yeah. And say, John, you think Shogi Wars is a shogi game with Kishin, and that's the rule. It's not a normal shogi. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think. Maybe they are, and maybe it really impacts the Haidan players. I don't know, but it seems to me I don't often think my opponents are using Kishin. Maybe it's because I'm not good enough. I agree that the JSA should be with normal shogi. I agree too. I agree. I do agree. And I wish Shogi Wars had another time control, by the way. Like I say every single time we're talking about Shogi Wars. I really wish it had 5 minutes with 5-second Fisher increment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The JSA doesn't think that. They're just trying to sell as many Menjo as possible. They got my money. The Shodan certificate. So the Shodan certificate is like, I didn't even get the frame. I wish I would have, but I didn't get the frame. I think it was like 30. It was like $300 some, and I still don't have it. And it's really weird. So you pay this super premium price for something, which is you pay a super premium price for effectively a certificate. It has Fuji and Habu's signatures on there, which makes it special. But I don't need that personally. A lot of people I think do. I just want this nice certificate. But they don't even for all that money, they don't even give proper shipping, and they don't even let you track your status. Like, I have no idea if I am ever getting this Menjo certificate. The credit card took my $350 or whatever it costs, and it's been radio silence from the JSA, from the Menjo certificate company. I don't know if I'm going to get this. It took many months for me to get my 3Q certificate, and those are just printed. Oh, this is a good point too from Adrian Shogi. That the Dan ratings aren't meant to reflect your actual playing strength anyway. It doesn't for pros, yeah. And the only place where it actually reflects how strong you are is Shorikai. Well, I mean, it does sort of show your strength to a certain extent. Like, Ornolf is a 3 Dan on Shogi Wars. I know he's better than I am. Some of the people like one of the person at the club, is I believe she's a 5 or 6Q on Shogi Wars, and like there is like it's accurate as a relative metric versus people who our 3Q versus, me versus Ornolf again, just to use Ornolf as an example. And, and Koshiro is wait, you're Koshiro is 6 Dan, I think, in one of them, right? In 10 second? Or 3, no, in 3 minute Koshiro is 6 Dan. Hey, Mithrandir, great to see you. It has been a long time. It has been a long time. Yeah, the pro ratings are a lifetime achievement. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's not the sacred thing, exactly. But yeah, I mean, that is an amazing. That's an amazing. So I had at least I don't recall thinking about this relationship. It's the somewhat insidious relationship between Kishin and Menjo certificates. That's something. That is something that puts a dark cloud over the discussion, I guess. Oh, that's true, Koshiro. Oh, that's true. Oh, so yeah. I'm sorry, I missed a bunch of the stock here. I mean, I missed a bunch of the chat here. The transport said hero stock still down 93% all time. Zenith, you said, one argument is that Kishin is an assistance for beginner players. It like takebacks. If that's the case, they can just make it way weaker so it doesn't impact games. If they are insistent on keeping Kishin, well, what I'm saying is not realistic. So what I was going to say is that if they insist on keeping Kishin, at least they should let the opponent know. There should be an indication that the opponent has used Kishin. So at least I know that I'm being Kishined. And so the reason I think that might not be a good idea is maybe people would be less likely to Kishin if they know that their opponent is silently judging them on the other side of the internet. So that might lower Kishin, which would lower their sales of Kishin. That would lower Kishin usage, which would lower their sales of Kishin, which would be an unhappy thing for heroes. But I do think you can make the argument, and I think I have made this argument. I don't know if it's true, but it might trigger more Kishin usage. Where if someone Kishins me, I mean, it's not fair for me to compare because I'm doing, I think it'd be making incredible show content, as a streamer. But like if someone Kishins me, I am Kishining them hard, real hard. I'll blow 10 gold Kishin on them just to win this game. So that's how it. So it might have that effect, but I think in the end, people would be less likely to start a Kishin. And Adrian Shogi agrees with that 100% people would use Kishin less. So anyway, back to Koshiro's point about hitting 500 wins with 2 or 3 months of subscription. So that's a good counter to my methodology of trying to guess the subscriber counts, or at least get in the ballpark of the subscriber counts for Shogi Wars. Because this doesn't mean that everyone can play. Just because you have 2,000 games played in 2024, that doesn't mean you had premium membership all 12 months. That could be just 1 month of membership where you went ham playing all day. But I guess, I don't have any better way to try to guess at their membership numbers. So I guess I guess that's the best I can do. Their market cap was 40 billion Japanese yen in 2021. Currently, it's 14 billion in 2025. Wow. Well, market cap in terms of stock, in terms of stock value. Well, there's which doesn't necessarily have any indication about revenue, but yeah, but they're hurting. I agree with you, Adrian Shogi. I agree with you 100%. Those are the two things I would do as well. Those are the two things I would do as well. I would. Oh, and there's a follow before I get into that. FS930. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy Shogi. We're just chatting a bit here. I've played twice today, but it's feeling very much like a chatting day. I am unreasonably excited about the Nishiyama Pro exam coming up later. I almost don't even care about my game today, or my game. I don't mind just talking. But anyway, so what Adrian Shogi said is that he thinks the number one thing he'd change about Shogi Wars is the 3 game limit. Number 2, he'd go all in on microtransactions. I agree completely. I might have even said that same sort of stuff in a previous stream, it was a huge Shogi War. We've had a few streams that are huge Shogi Wars discussions because I love Shogi Wars. I love Shogi Wars. I want to see them succeed, and I love using it and talking about it. Yeah, I think that the chess world, chess.com and the like, I think they showed the importance of allowing unlimited play. Maybe not unlimited puzzles, but unlimited play. And so that would be that would be, I think, huge for Shogi Wars. If to get more player population, like Shogi doesn't have the biggest player population. Like right now, yes, it's the low time of day. It's not quite at the low, but it's the low time. It's one of the low periods of the day. There are only 2,500 players on here, and yeah, that's still enough. That's still enough for us to have matchmaking, but I think it's just barely enough, just barely. And it'd be nice to not. It'd be nice to have more variety, I guess, is all I'm saying. And then microtransactions, yeah, I would love to be able to customize my board, to buy a different piece set. Although I love this piece set that they use by default. I have a different board, have different backgrounds, have the Nishiyama avatar, have maybe I don't know if this would be called microtransactions or if this becomes a subscription related thing. Well, they're doing it. I was going to say puzzles and learning. They have kishin learning, which is it's not okay for a Westerner who doesn't speak Japanese, but it's all right. I guess I shouldn't criticize them. It's all right. It's not like chess.com. It's not even like Lee Chess. I think they should just have puzzles. Like, what if they did? They have access to all their games. They could easily make puzzles out of all those games, and just make those a feature of that. I would love. I cannot even express how much I would love this. I would love to never have to go into Shogi Quest anymore. That app with those ads, I don't want to see. Like I'm more anti-ads in my apps than most people. I don't want to see ads. So that is a real downside of Shogi Quest to me. But Shogi Quest has Mate Run and it has Mate Challenge. So I'm in there every day in that app, despite the fact that they won't take my money. Like, I would pay them to turn off those ads. But if Shogi Wars added nice puzzles And I don't mean like that quiz rush where it's multiple choice, where it's yes or no. I want real puzzles, like Mate Challenge. Like Mate Challenge. I'm guessing that Mate Challenges are created, that Mate Challenge puzzles, my guess is that those come from actual Shogi Quest games. That's probably how they make such realistic tsume. They're very realistic tsume. They are not crafted. As far as I can tell, those are not crafted, because sometimes there are multiple ways to win. So if Shogi Wars did that, I'd be buying that. There's so much. As a fan of, like I said, as a fan of Heroes and Shogi Wars, I would love to try to support them in my limited way. Your opinion, Seicha, Shogi Wars is just a net game with charging system using Kishin, but it could be more. It could be more. Like, it is the number one shogi site, though. It's the number one shogi site on the internet. So I think it'd be amazing if it was. It would be, to me, it would be amazing. And I dare not even ask for this, because this is even more. I would love if Shogi Wars was the only shogi site that I could, like, if I could, Shogi Club 24, the stuff that I get from Shogi Club 24, which is a nice web browser. It's not even a nice app, but like a browser with a full board and great time controls. If I could have that in Shogi Wars, like, I think it'd be great. Chess has, for the most part, chess.com and Lee Chess. And my guess is most people stick to one or the other. Well, most people stick to chess.com. But I think a lot of the Lee Chess people, they stick to Lee Chess. A lot of the chess.com people mostly stick to chess.com. And that's how I would like to be with Shogi Wars, but I simply cannot. I cannot. Because it's only mobile. It's a mobile app, and even in the web browser, it's a mobile app in a web page. And there aren't good time controls. You think it would be much harder to craft? Yeah. It would be much harder to craft the tsume than just get them from games. That's why I think Shogi Quest is getting them from games. And that's why I think Shogi Wars would do well to do that. They earn money from rich people and prepare the shogi platform on the net. It's true. It's true. But so does chess.com. Chess.com does too. And they don't do Kishin. Chessable, Chessable is a way to learn. Chess.com bought them. Mythrender, you wonder if there have ever been Hachi-1 diver avatars on Shogi Wars. I don't know. Have there been? Hachi-1 Diver, I think, is before Shogi Wars' time, right? Is NSC, you say, by the way, love your stream because it allows these discussions. You chuckled when I said that the handicap army. Yeah, I love these discussions. And maybe I love these discussions too much. But the handicap discussion is near and dear to my heart because I don't like handicap. I don't like playing handicap. And once I felt empowered to be able to say that, based on the like in the old days, if you were against handicap in Go or Shogi, you kind of have to whisper it under your breath. You're kind of an outcast. But the Go podcast, the Starpoint podcast, he had a discussion where he sort of admitted that he doesn't like handicap games either. I think that for me that enabled me to be like, you know what? Maybe there are more people out there like me, because I know I've discussed it with someone at the club in person before. This is a long time ago, like 2 years ago, probably. And he was also like, whispering, yeah, I don't like handicap games either. It's just, I think a lot of people don't like it. And I think a lot of beginners don't like it. Maybe that's a cultural thing here in the West of people just because chess handicap games aren't really a thing. I don't know, but I don't enjoy it. And I could go on for hours more about this. So I'll spare everyone. I'll spare everyone my soapboxing. The Kishin learning program that they started is a way to go for monetization. I think it's a nice path. I just wish it was better. Like, I just wish it was better. The thing so one thing I was thinking of doing, one thing I was going to do is to, is to make Kishin learning content on stream. So I would have days of the week. My thinking was for a month, I'd pay for this Kishin learning, just like I paid for Fairly Weak as a experiment, as science. I thought I'd buy or pay for, subscribe to Kishin learning for a month as an experiment, and then make streams with it. But then I thought, so much of it is video content. My understanding is that so much of it is video content. I don't think I could just stream that. They might get mad at me. They might get mad. You think Gangangangi badge is a Hachimon Diver reference? Oh, if that's true, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, Nikogami. What's his two gods? Nikogami. He's the famous amateur gangi player who beat a professional, and then went to live by the down in a van by the river. Not in a van, but he basically lived down at the river in his little shack. But he still has his shogi board. The Killer Duck, you say you don't think anyone actually likes them, but you have to pick between a totally lopsided game versus a handy game. Neither is ideal. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Though the handicap army is pretty vehement sometimes. Like I think some people really like handicap, and as almost an only way to improve. So I think some people do love it. But I don't know. Maybe it's a me problem. Like in so many of these discussions, I'm totally open to it just being a me thing. Like it's a me problem where for whatever reasons, whatever stimuli and life scenarios put me at the point I am right now. Something I just don't feel good about handicap games. I don't yeah. And I think for me it was a real problem in Go, because Go in not that we have any tournament system in Shogi, but we don't play online anyway. We don't play rated handicap games. Shogi Wars is not. Shogi Club 24 is not. 81 Dojo is not. But in the Go world, they do play rated games with stones, and that is the single reason that when I was back playing Go, I never wanted to play a Go tournament or go to a Go club, because I didn't want to play handicap. So the thing, and I don't know how many examples. Maybe it's a very small minority, but how many examples of this there may be in the Go world of people who end up leaving the game because of handicaps. I think to a certain extent, like that's why I never like I said, that's why I never went to a club. That's why I never went to a tournament, because I don't want to play handicap games. It's something I do like about Shogi is that it's, like I've said, the biggest wins of my life, The biggest wins of my life, if this was Go, I would never have those big wins. I would never have that satisfaction of playing a great game and beating someone 5 levels above me. Like, I would never have that. These very few memorable games that I have in my life of shogi, where I beat a strong player, or beat, whatever word you want to use, where I won against a strong player, those would have meant nothing to me if they would have been handicap games. Like, they would have meant less than nothing to me if they were handicap games. Tulip, you say there's a sort of shame people have in the West. I think so. I think that's a part of it. For me, certainly, too. I want to give my best. I don't want to just admit that even beginners, it's like you don't know the rules, but yet still you don't want to give a handicap. And I understand it, because it's like you don't give an inch. You don't give an inch. It's just, it's I guess maybe in some ways cultural. But I like to know that I'm going against someone's best. So even if someone isn't playing handicap, if I know they're not trying, I'm not enjoying that game. And I am also failing to play my best. That's another failing of mine, as we've discussed on the channel. You find it an exciting challenge gauntlet. I'm switching. I'm keeping an eye on YouTube on this side, and then I'm switching to the Twitch over here, just so I'm not staring over there every second. That you say it's a very exciting challenge gauntlet in a similar way, moving from 3-tay to 5-tay to 7. Yeah, I hear you. And I have played the bot with handicap, and I have gotten as much as I say I don't care about the games, beating the bot with some handicap, I felt pretty decent. Not great, but like it was somewhat satisfying in that same way as a challenge. But to me, it's not shogi. It's a different game. Did I talk about handicap and takebacks earlier in the stream? A little bit, yes. Yeah. The takebacks, and in summary about the takebacks, it's basically, and I Dream of Shogi had the best way of putting it. It's basically a resign, and now the rest of the game is being played in analysis mode. I don't like getting takebacks, and I don't like giving them, because my mind, again, this is a me problem. Once that happens, my mind is off. The game is over in my mind, and the limited shogi skills I have require me to be absolutely caring about the result. I have to. If I don't care about the result, I'm playing really badly, really bad shogi. Handicap Army, in some part, is an overreaction to people coming from a game where there's basically never handicap games. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think what I dislike about some of the discussion when it comes to handicaps is the lack of subtlety in the arguments. And I guess anytime people discuss things / argue on the internet, it quickly goes to extremes. I think it quickly goes to extremes, and I think a lot of people I've seen some of the I'll call it jokingly, lovingly calling it the handicap army. There's almost the underlying accusation that if you're not playing handicap game, you're not learning. That like the way to learn, just because it's a time-honored tradition, that is the only way to learn. Like, it's not like it's there's almost no given to the idea that, what, my position is, yeah, I think handicap games are a great way. They seem to be a great way to learn, but I think there are a lot of great ways to learn and improve, and I don't think that's the only way. And if it is the only way to improve, well, then I'm not going to improve because I don't enjoy it. That kind of thing. And maybe my lack of improvement is in some way evidence that you have to play handicap games to improve. But I don't think that's the case because I do know some extremely strong players who pretty much never played or play handicap games. And Tulip, you say that you think it shouldn't be in tournaments, and I agree with that. But the Go world is not like that. At least the Western Go world. Maybe it's because there aren't enough players, but I don't know. But handicaps and getting stones are a time-honored tradition. I think it's just something they do. But the thing that really gets me, because at my core, I am an American. So I have these American sensibilities as of my generation. These sensibilities change over the years. But fair play, honor, fairness, even playing, even competition, the spirit of competition. These are things that are just like they're built into my programming. So when someone like the Starpoint podcast guy, when they say things like, "Oh, I beat a 3 Dan," or "I beat a 4 Dan," or "I finished third in the tournament." These are things that he's said because he had a. As much as I love his podcast, especially in the older days, not these days, not so much, but in the old days, he had a Los Angeles Open review session where he said, "I finished third. I beat a play, X Dan." It's like, and I'm sitting here, I'm just on my walk listening to the podcast. I'm gritting my teeth and I'm thinking to myself, you didn't win those games. You didn't win those games. You were given 5 stones. You didn't win those games. You didn't finish third place. You didn't finish third place. You didn't play any games that weren't handicap. Like that's so to me, my brain is on overload of just like, no, this is not right. There is what's that comic? I don't know if it's I don't know who made it. There's the comic where I think I assume like if I'm remembering it correctly, there's a married couple like in bed at night, and I think she's saying like, why don't you go to sleep? And he says, there's someone is wrong on the internet, and he's responding or something like that. That's those types of vibes are what I was going through when I'm on my walk. I'm listening to this Go podcast, and I'm sort of losing it in my own mind of like, no, you did not win. You did not beat this player. You got 5 stones. You did not win. You did not finish third. And I know it's just part of that Go culture, so it's fine for them. I'm not really accusing him of anything. I'm not even really mad at him. I'm old man shaking fist at the cloud, at the universe. But yeah, that one really gets me riled up. Just thinking about that particular particular podcast. That particular podcast episode. It really gets me riled up. Really gets me riled up. Oh man. Yeah, but you like Killer Doctor, you're pointing out when I play beginners, I start playing ridiculous stuff and not caring about the games. It's totally a me problem. It's totally a me problem. So I'm just going. You went to grab dinner. Have you complained about Shurikai having Lance handicapped? No, I was hoping no one would mention it. I was hoping nobody would mention. So I was hoping. I don't know if Adrio Shogi is an officer in the handicap army. I'm not sure. But I was afraid. I've been for the past hour. My eye has been looking to that YouTube chat, and I'm hoping like. I don't know why I associate it with you. Maybe you have said it before, but I'm like, I hope Adrio Shogi doesn't mention that the pros, that these great players play handicap games. My whole argument depends on obscuring some of the truth. but you brought it up. You brought it up. Oh man. But yeah, Killer. It's totally a me problem. It's totally a me problem. But I do think that there are some people that's the world is a big enough place. If one person has some even crazy thoughts, there's going to be a lot of other people that share those thoughts. Difference of time to consider might be good for a serious game. I love time handicap. So we talk about handicap. I love that. I love it. Maybe it's because I underestimate the value of the handicap, the time handicap, but I love it. So if for example, a couple things. Satomi last year, 2023, it was published on New Year's Day 2024. She played Fuji in the annual time handicap game. I think I was gonna say the Oza title. They're not the Oza title. I don't know if it's the Osho or I can never remember which title it is. But the ladies champion and the male champion, they play a time handicap game. So it was Fuji as Gote, and it was Satomi as Sente playing her Nakabisha in a time handicap game where this still to me seems like a minimal time handicap, but she had an hour with 1 minute Byoyomi. He had 10 minutes with 1 minute Byoyomi, and she won the game. And to me, that was awesome. If they would have played like a one-piece handicap or something like that, I wouldn't have even watched the game. But a time handicap game, it's still the game. I love time handicap. And then also at the U.S. Shogi Championship, the winner of the event had the honor of playing Nishiyama. Nishiyama 4 crowns, or she was 3 crowned at the time. Satomi had taken the 5th back. She was 3 crowned, but they played. There wasn't much time left in the day, so I think he played with 30-second Byoyomi and she played with 10-second Byoyomi. And to me, that's awesome. It's a real shogi game, but with an acknowledged handicap. So if I won one of those games, I don't think it should be for competition, again, mind you, but if I won a game that was time handicap against a better player, I would feel great. I would still feel great. It's not about bragging rights or anything like that. I still wouldn't say, oh, I beat you, to the person that I had won the game against. I wouldn't have the audacity to say that. And I wouldn't think that, oh, I'm on your level now. It's funny. Some side note, tangent. A kid at the club, a young kid at the club. I was playing the kid, and this is before I had my new policy of playing only my A game at all times. I played Anaguma, played a very slow Anaguma, and he made a nice attack, and I won the game still. No big deal. I won the game still. And in the review session, I was praising him and showing him this was, I was saying, this is a great attack. You were really close. You were really close, I said you were a few moves away to winning. I think I was embellishing a little bit. I don't think it would have been that close. It would have been close, but I would have had plenty of defensive resources, and my attack was so fast. But regardless. So So we play a fun game, and he takes from that review that it was very close, and someone was and then fast forward a few weeks, and someone is like, well, how strong are you? And he said, well, I was like one move away from beating Frank. So, I'm over on the side. I'm playing my game. I'm playing my game, and I'm like, okay. I'm almost pretending like I didn't even hear. Because it's like, no good deed goes unpunished. No good deed goes unpunished. And like, that's how I feel like when I lose those games too, because people are talking it up. And I hear it, I hear it from the sidelines, is like, oh yeah, I beat Frank today. And it just, like, you had to take back. I'm dying inside. It's like, it was a take back. The struggle of being me, the struggle of being this ridiculous, crazy, just ridiculous, insane person. It's real hard being me. It's I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized by some of these club events, I swear. Yeah. So and I dream Shogi talking about how that was the handicap game Noah got versus Nishiyama. Yeah, so that's what I mentioned, that the 10 minutes versus 30 seconds, or 10 seconds versus 30 second Byoyomi. And she still crushed him. She still, oh my gosh, that game was so awesome. Also, I love seeing fast shogi. Time handicap doesn't work in the case where the difference in performance is very big. Yes, yeah, that's a real downside to it. Absolutely. And so Tulip says, you would argue that a lot of the things we do for improvement isn't playing shogi. Tsume, Jotsuki, other puzzles. It will always be disappointing if you want to play a normal game, but not disappointing if you're treating it as a technique trainer rather than an actual game. That's fair. That's fair. And so I think by that same, using that argument, which I think I agree with, it's understandable that different people like different things. So like, some people don't like Tsume Shogi. Some people don't like Hishi. Some people don't like studying openings. Some people don't like reviewing their games. Some people don't like playing handicap. I think I just don't like playing handicap. And so, I'll suffer in the areas where handicap helps, or have to find other ways to get those lessons. Like, I've played the United States champion in a handicap game, and it's a great experience. I love playing. I'm fortunate that I was able to play him a lot. I don't know. I haven't played him in a long time, but this, at the same time, through the handicap game, there was a nagging feeling in my mind that I don't want to. It's just like, I don't know. Like, it's something holding me back in those games. Even though he's a much better player, I'm still holding back, and I just don't like it. I'm trying to see all his sort of beautiful pawn techniques, the same thing sort of stuff the engine does. That dance that handicap players do, where they push the gold and the silver, the dance of the gold, silver, and pawns as they move up the board. Very instructive. And so I do it against the bot, but yeah. And so, and the reason why I had played that game is because, a teacher that I respect, a shogi teacher who I respect tremendously, not here. He's not here, by the way. had suggested that I, is a big believer in handicap games as a way to learn, and the teaching of the game, sort of the traditional methods. And so, I want, when people who are better than I am and more experienced and are trying to help, when they're trying to help, I want to accept that help, and I want to try to to make use of this wisdom that I'm being given. But in the end, I just don't enjoy it. And so like I said when I started streaming, if there's something that I'm doing that is making me not want to play shogi, or something that's making me dread play shogi, I am not going to do that thing. Yeah, I do shogi. So I do. That's where I do play them. So not that I've played one recently, but I do. I like it's still. So it's the double whammy for me of handicap games. So it's hard for me to focus and do my best in handicap games. It's also harder for me to do my best and focus in bot games. So it's a little double whammy. But I've had some good ones. I've had some good ones against Yanara O. The Unleash Shogi. I'll take 4 pieces. 4 pieces against the Yanara O. I think I've won once or twice. I think I've beaten it with 2 pieces once. Well, but you're also stronger than I am. So, I think, especially the way Noah owns my soul so completely, the gap between us is so large in a regular shogi game. Hey, Kanto Dragon. It has been a lot of talking. I've played 2 Club 24 games today. I've played 2 games so far. 2 games. They've been 2. It's been, today is a big day in the show. With Nishiyama, with Nishiyama coming up, it's a big chat day. I'm so dry. My mouth is so dry. But I almost feel like a kid on a holiday, like from school, like a day off from school. This Nishiyama thing is a big day, and Shogi Blab, yeah, it's so I don't, especially as time got closer to the game, I have been more and more thinking about the game and thinking about the game, looking forward to it, and so I'm just excited. I am really excited. In Koshiro, I think I already read this, but I certainly read it in my mind, but I'll read it again. Playing handicap is actually a good way to learn to use general as the handicap giver. As the handicap giver. So, yes. So this is a great point, and I haven't mentioned this. I say that I don't like getting handicap and I don't like giving handicap, but it's a little more nuanced than that. I like playing beginners with the extreme handicap where I still have my general, where I have generals. So not necessarily the king, the naked king, because I use it to try to figure out that stuff. Especially once there was a game that I saw the US champ again. He was playing a young kid. I mean, he's a young kid, but he was playing a 7 or 8 year old or 6-year-old. I don't know how old the kid was, and he was doing a handicap game. I think he had a general. And I was watching the game, and I'm like, this would be awesome, because he's going all out. Like, as far as I could tell, he's going. And as far as I think I asked, and I think he said it, but like, he's going all out to try to win this game. It's just that he has no pieces. He just has he has like a couple golds. He has a gold, the king, and pawns, and And watching what he tried, watching what he was doing with pawns and the gold, I got a real appreciation for that, because I do think that this is one area of shogi that, especially when I was a Nakabisha player, that I was not very good at, is getting, it's something I think Static Rook / Urashina Ryu / Bogin has helped me with. It's how to get my pieces up the board and attacking, rather than just, okay, I bring my silver up the board, bang, I run into a pawn. Now I'm retreating my silver. How that delicate play of pawns and generals. I think giving handicap seems to be great for that, especially when you don't have any pieces besides that gold. So if I'm playing a real, like a beginner, I enjoy those games. I do enjoy those games. So yeah, so it is actually a little more nuanced. My feelings are a little more nuanced than I'm presenting. Okay, so Killer Ducky is talking about the Go tournaments, because I didn't come back. Go tournaments. Every Go tournament you play either has many players, and they're able to make even games. Oh, or there are not enough players, and so they resort to handicap. Interesting. I would have expected that the Los Angeles Open would have been a big tournament. I think he said they had between 60 and 100 people. I know they had more than the US Shogi Championship, where we had 40. But they were playing, they had a bunch of brackets. They had, like chess has, under 1900, under 1500, stuff like that. I think they had, I don't remember what his bracket was, because I think he's like 3 or 4Q AGA, and he was playing, I think, almost medium Dan, like 3 Dan level players, 2 and 3 Dan level players, I think in this tournament. And he got third. You personally would not go to a local Go tournament and play a serious 2-hour game against someone that you have a 99% winning chance. That's fair. Yeah. It wouldn't be, especially for Go. Since Go isn't really, Go doesn't try to be fun. Like Shogi, even if you're playing you could at least attack something. Well, no, I guess you could do that with Go too. I'm being difficult. But yeah, a long time control game against. But you're 3 down. So you're one of the elites. You're one of the elites looking down on everyone. Tulip, you say that you think it would feel similar. So Tulip, you think it would feel similar. It's like winning a simul game against a simul host. It's similar to winning a fair handicap game against the same person. Not a time handicap? Are you talking about time handicap? Or okay, yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, because I would come out of a simul thinking that, this is nice. That I played well, and my opponent is playing 20 other games, and they're entertaining, and that kind of thing. Just like if I won a game against Yamaguchi Sensei, or like I don't play the pros. I don't have a desire to play the pro. It's just not me. But like if I would have played Nishiyama, or if I would have played Yamaguchi, and they would have sort of led me into a win, it would have been a fun experience. But like that's to me, it's not like that one. It would have been fun. It would have been fun. But like I'm not going to think that I'm better than they are. I'm not going to think that I'm even near their level. but like, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. The way Yamaguchi Sensei handles teaching games, especially with kids. I said this back in March or whenever that tournament was when I was streaming. She is a master. She is an absolute master of the art. It's incredible. She not just kids as well, adults. The way she commands an audience. She's a small person, a small person, and speaks, soft spoken person, but she brings out so much enthusiasm and joy in people and kids that she is playing games with. It's a sight to behold. If you have never seen her do a game, it's incredible. It's incredible. The kids that I saw play her were having so much fun with shogi. It was awesome, and the adults were too. And yeah, Nishiyama, I think not so much. She's serious business. I think she's just serious. Like she is all serious business. Not that Yamaguchi Sensei is not a great player in her own right and serious, but Nishiyama she's serious business. I'll just say she's serious business. My understanding is that she let some people win too in some of the games that she was playing, handicap / teaching games that she was giving, but it's still I'm feeling intensity. Like even there are no pieces on the board, and I'm still feeling this insane quiet intensity from the Nishiyama board. It's like overpowering. I was standing by. I was watching Rico's game, among other games of hers, of Nishiyama, when Nishiyama was playing against people, and teaching games. I was standing by watching Rico's game, and it was tense. It was very tense. And she, like, you could just feel it from her board, and the way she places the pieces is so meticulously perfect that it was too much for me. It was too much for me. I had to go play because it was too much for me. The pros did ruin the team event. Just saying, they did ruin the team event by having all those teaching games. But anyway, those people enjoyed it. You jumped in midstream. Oh, so you're asking about the takebacks. No, I do not like takebacks. I do not like them. I don't, like I've said, I don't like getting them. So like if someone says, that's a mistake, just take it back. I don't like doing that. I don't like it. I'm able at some point, like I said, this past weekend I was gonna Nifu. So in some way I'm not so opposed to the Nifu thing, because I think maybe because deep down I don't think Nifu should be a game loss. It should be some other penalty. Just like in chess. But giving them like if someone makes a bad attack, and then I take their piece, and they're like, oh, can I take that back? It's like I'll let them take it back, but the game will have ended in my mind. The game's sort of competitive nature of is now lost, and so I can't play it seriously, and inevitably I lose those games then. Even if it was an overwhelming position, I will sometimes lose those games just because I'm so bad at this game when I'm not in full on competition mode. It's a me problem. Oh, your policy is someone asks for a take back before the next move is played. You're chill with that. Well, you're nicer than I am. I think. At your core, you're probably a little nicer. I mean, I think it's much better if someone asks for the take back before I make my move capturing their piece. You know, that kind of thing. I think it is better. But for me, it's still rough. It's still rough. It still impacts my competitive brain. Most of your hours on Shogi is in PGA, so you play with takebacks a lot. Oh, that's true. That is true. Like PGA players, like people who are big PGA people, they the members of the PGA army, if you will. There is a PGA army also. There's a PGA army, and just like there's a handicap army, there is definitely a PGA army. And Tulip probably represents PGA Army. Tulip is a general in the PGA Army. And they're really good at that. I struggle. So for me, PGA is sort of tough. I do it, and I think for me, the PGAs that are the most valuable are the ones that just kind of come out naturally. Where like my opponent and I play a great game. So we briefly do a review in our games, like on Sundays, and it's just they just kind of come about as like, oh, I wonder if I would have done this, or I wonder if I would have done that, and we talk about that. And so like it just kind of, it's a PGA that comes out just kind of organically. It's not like, okay, the game has ended, I declare this time, I declare the next 1 hour to be PGA, and let's start from the beginning, and we start replaying the moves from the beginning, and yada da da da, and I'm just not so into that. If my opponent is very good, when the US champ, I'll take those PGAs every second. Where it's like, I'm taking this almost as a learning. But that's another thing about PGAs. I don't like them when I win. I like them when I lose. Not that I even like them. I only sort of like them when I lose. Because if I've won a game, I'm feeling kind of sheepish, especially over the board. This is almost exclusively an over the board thing, but yeah, I do PGA with chat nearly every stream. Yeah. So I like PGA. So what I'm saying is about the 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. There's a bang from upstairs, and I'm the only person home, and I don't think the cat is up there. All right. It wasn't like a big, yeah, it's the handicap. So over the board, like if I've won a game, I'm feeling sort of sheepish about it. And so, because I'm glad I won the game, obviously, but like, I'm no teacher. I am no shogi teacher, and especially if I've managed to get a win from a player who's better than I am, it's like I have nothing to teach them. I don't believe enough in my ideas a lot of times, I think, to feel comfortable talking a lot about it. But then there's also, I said I do like the ones where I lose. It's mostly only if I lose to someone equal or stronger. One thing I really don't like is you lose a game to a lower level player, and all of a sudden PGA is, let me show you all these ideas that I have. Like where the opponent who has won the game decides, like, this is going to be their moment to just talk about all their shogi ideas and speculate about things, like about things in your Urshin or Ryu or whatever. I don't know. It's like, it's going to be a long review, and they want to review all their, their great moments, their greatest hits from the game. And I just don't enjoy it. It's like, especially if it's like, yeah, I played like a monkey. I played like a monkey. I hung my silver, and then I didn't defend well. It's like, there's sometimes when I lose games, sometimes there's no great mystery to when I lose a game. And certainly, like, against someone who is sort of much lower level, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's just tough. And so I'm just sitting there as they're talking. It ends up, they're talking, and I'm just sort of sitting there just waiting for it to end. And Transport, when I win, man, I'm never going, unfair. I categorically disagree. And when I lose, that's the thing, is that the games that I lose on stream, a lot of times, they are because of the son of a gun move. And that's like what, if I lose to a lower level player, over the board, a lot of times it's the same sort of thing, where it's like, oh, son of a gun, what did I do? And it's tough, and there's often not a lot to review in that. So like the games that I've won that we end up spending a bunch of time on, I think what we'll usually end up reviewing is where my attack could have been faster or better, or where I gave up the advantage, but my opponent didn't take it back, that kind of thing. So it's like these, especially since it seems like such a, maybe it's just because it's this way in my head and it's not actually the reality. But it seems like, my throwing, I throw, in my mind, I'm throwing a lot of games that I have significant winning chances in. So the moments, even in the games that I win, the moments I am actually throwing the game, I need to see those. Because I don't win too many clean, like today's games have been, for the most part, pretty clean. But for the most part, I don't know. Kanto, you say you often tell people how they should have attacked you. It's your way to save face after losing game. Yeah, I lost, but you could have killed. Yeah, yeah. So I've done that. I think I have done that. Or I'll show. And people like, and I don't like this. I don't like this when someone does it to me as much. If it's being done in a good spirit, like in a spirit of sort of mutual learning, it's fine. And I think I mostly maintain that when I do this. But like, when someone is, in minute 10 of their, explanation of how their attack was so strong, I'll be like, well, if I just would have done this 5 moves ago, if I just would have bought this silver, I'm mating in 3. It's like, let's not get overboard here about the brilliance of this attack. I flat out blundered a mate, and so I just try to say it as nice a way as possible. But forwarded, you simply request to move on. But how do you request to move on? Like when someone is in the middle of their sort of exposition, how do you do? Like I'm curious if you have any technique that you use to make that easier. Because we're a lot of us, myself included, we're nerds. A lot of us are just kind of nerdy game players, and some of us have more or less social graces than the others. And sometimes people will just get trapped in their thoughts, or in their exposition, as I said. So it's like, I don't want to take away someone's fun in savoring their victory, but it would be nice if there was a way to get out of it sometimes. And yeah, being talked at is never fun. And especially I feel like when I'm being talked at, but the things I'm being talked at are actually kind of wrong. But it's like, I almost feel like I can't argue, or I have nothing to say because I lost the game. So it's like, how can I disagree with this? How can I disagree, with the brilliance of this attack? Because it beat me. And, sure, I can point out that the board, that I had these strong moves that I just didn't make. But it's tough. It's so tough. It's the etiquette part, not etiquette, but it's part of that. It's part of the aspect and culture of these kinds of games that both appeal to me and are not appealing to me. Yeah. Zenith, you say, that pros and high-level players think that the losing player should lead the PGA. I like that. I love that, actually, because that way the losing player can bow out. They can bow out and move on and be like, good game. I'm fried. Or just maybe ask one or two questions. I like that idea. Because when I'm playing, I'm drinking so much coffee and stuff that I've got to go to the bathroom after the game anyway. So I always have my bathroom out, at least at some of the clubs. But there is a club where it's not like that, where you can't drink, and so you like once you're locked into a PGA, you're kind of locked in. Okay, so you say, oh, thank you for sharing, but you'd like to move to a different position. It's not like, thank you for sharing, but I never want to speak to you again. I want to go on to the next game. So you're just moving to the next position. Yeah, thank you for sharing, but I'm hungry. Yeah. All right. Oh, Kanto, you saw that in the last Fuji versus Nagase game. After interviews, they were sitting in silence, and only when Nagase started talking about the game, Fuji joined. I always wondered about that. Because, not that I've watched many of these pro games, but the pro games I've watched, it feels like they sit there for a long time. So I was actually in silence. And I was actually wondering if maybe they were just like waiting for scorekeepers. Maybe they were just waiting for bureaucracy to happen on the side, before they're able to talk. Like, maybe someone's recording. I just assumed it was something else. It wasn't maybe that they were gathering thoughts. That's interesting. That's a nice insight. I love that. I love that. On 81 Dojo, the loser gets a control by default. Okay, so 81 Dojo, you know, being a nice steward of the culture of the game, retains that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Maybe that's why I never have control over the post games on 81 Dojo, because I win all my games. I didn't know that. I've never had control. I've never had control in a PGA on 81 Dojo. Oh man, good times. I think my record is probably 5 to 10 games above 500 on 81 Dojo. You're out of control. What is my? I don't know where I am. There I am. 77 and 68. Okay. So nine games above 500. Not bad. But I have not been in many PGAs. Yeah, I think it's just mostly because I feel like an idiot. You know, even if I win and even if I lose, if I win or if I lose, at the end of the game, I feel sort of like an idiot. And you know, I don't want to. I feel nervous, not nervous, but I feel hesitant to give my ideas to my opponent, especially since I assume they're hurting a bit from the loss. The fastest shogi professional game finished in just 5 minutes. But I guess I'll continue that thought. But knowing now that the etiquette or the convention is that the loser guides the analysis, I am going to, from now on, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to sit there and wait. I'm going to sit there and wait if I win, because I have felt. When playing lower players that I win against, I felt somewhat obligated to be the person to start the analysis, because I feel like it's the culture. I've always felt that it's sort of like the culture that, you know, the stronger player wants to help the lower player, but I still feel like an idiot doing it. So maybe if I just wait. Maybe if I just wait, it'll feel better. Anyway, the fastest professional shogi game finished in just 5 minutes, despite each player having 5 hours of thinking time. This happened because one player wanted to attend an idol show, and the other deliberately played at an equally fast pace. No PGA happened. Oh, so wait, but now we're talking. Are we danger? We're danger close to talking about the Xiangqi match fixing scandal, the Xiangqi cheating scandal. We're close. That almost sounds like an arranged game. They, I think 41 grandmasters were 41 grandmasters were banned, I think, for life in Xiangqi, including many of the top players, if I understand. Anyway, so they must have blitzed it. One player wanted. So what's really crazy about your story is that one player wanted to go to an idol show instead of playing their game. I keep trying to go water. Yeah, I guess you got to have your priorities. So like I said, my priorities when I'm there next time, sumo is at the top. Is near the top. I don't want to say at the top. It's near the top. I really want to go see some sumo. it's just I'm mesmerized by some of these NHK World Japan videos. These nice recaps. That these guys, they give their lives to this sport. It's just a whole culture around. I guess people who are professionals in their sports give their lives to their sports. I don't know. Something just feels very, I don't know, ancient and mythical about the sumo stuff to me. And the fact that their events, 15-day tournaments, and they play one, each they play they play they have one match in a day, and they're like 5-second matches. It's amazing. It's so bizarre. But there was like a Senichi in one of these rounds where it wasn't clear who was out first, and the one guy was sort of bloody because he had fallen off the thing, but they still had to, just like Senichi, they had to go at it again to decide the winner. Fascinating. Anyway, I won't talk about sumo anymore. Habu's wife was an idol singer and actress? Really? Really? Wow. Manao is not considered an idol, is she? Because I know she's done some of that, some acting and some of that sort of stuff, but I don't know if she's considered technically like an idol. She's not. Okay. She's done the for lack of a better word, I don't have the language, the like the dress up. She's done the dress up, and I know she's done some acting. I think she's done some voice acting. There are a few Twitch channels that stream the big sumo events. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. This the NHK World NHK World Japan. I'm looking over here. So like every day they've been releasing a video with English spoken, and they're like 30 minutes. So you see all the matches. You see all the matches in the day, but you don't have to wait for the sort of ceremony in the middle. So you get like the rundown of the players, the wrestlers' names, and their record in the event. Oh, not entirely legal. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm amazed at. Oh, okay. So restreaming from Abema. So Abema does that. Wait, what is Abema? Abema. What is that? So it's not just shogi. It's not just shogi in gaming. It's like a broadcast company, online TV. Okay. So there's no relationship to shogi other than they sponsor a shogi event and they stream some shogi games. Ah, it has all the channels. Ah. But you have to have a VPN to see all of them, right? There's a Mahjong channel? 9 separate anime channels, a Mahjong channel. Where's Killer Ducky? Killer Ducky would be all over that. Wait, what is an open program? So there is a shogi channel as well. Oh man. I mean, dare I ask, do any of the shows have English subtitles? Oh, open meaning you can watch without VPN or account. Oh, shoot. Because I love, so Crunchyroll used to, it still may. They had, obviously it's anime, but they had some live action Japanese dramas and sort of light comedy. And my wife and I loved those, but there are very few of them on Crunchyroll. And if there was a source for some of these, like if there's more of that kind of stuff, if anyone has seen Wakakozake, like that show is like it was so good. It's so enjoyable. There's this one about a time traveling taxi that we liked a lot. If there were subtitles, like I'd gladly pay for some of this if we could watch some drama. Yeah, Nishiyama match will be live on Abima. Let me paste that again. Oops, this is not the. I guess I no longer have it in my buffer. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Or maybe I do. Hold on. No, I don't. Oh, now on air Shogi has the okay. Oh, so that's a faster way to get to the Nishiyama stuff. I had some. It was like a four character code. It was like a bima.tv/MBE82 or something like that I had gotten from the Manao channel. That was waiting for the game. I've got it open here, but it expanded to a much bigger URL like this. I'm very excited about this game. And again, I feel for her opponent. I really feel for her opponent. Especially if my understanding of what Manao was saying, about his tweet. I think it was his tweet. I definitely feel for him. That's a rough position to be in when everyone, like not everyone, but when most people are cheering for you to lose. Most people are cheering for your opponent. That's tough. And it's such a big event, and you can only be the villain. You can't be the hero in this. Yeah, it's tough. I feel for him, but I'm still cheering for Nishiyama. All right. What time is it? It's 2:46. They should just send each day forever. Yeah, just like Magnus, just like Magnus and Jan. Most of the shogi running out of it is just reruns of Fuji games. It's a 24-hour channel. It's all Fuji. Oh man, I wouldn't mind having just. Well, I guess you would need to see the boards. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind like having it go over the just regular pro games, sort of taking a survey. Then you wouldn't be able to follow the actual games. Man, what if they do? What if they do Sinichite? Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be. Oh my goodness, that would be just. What is the pronunciation of the her opponent's name? Henka is the dirty flag of the sumo world. Oh. What is that? I'm looking. So everything that I question, these things that I'm coming across, I'm like, I'm searching for, but Henka hasn't come up yet. An honest counter to someone being they can't control their body. Oh, is it like a side swipe? Or side is like a you sidestep. Okay. Oh, right off the bat. Right off the bat, you sidestep. Wow. I have seen Kanta Masegi. Thank you. I've seen, it almost sounds like a gunshot when they hit each other. And like those are just, I can't believe more people don't have concussions or some sort of face and head damage, because they just like, it's like a boom, it's like just a crash of these, huge guys. Dirty Henkas have gotten a lot of attention recently. Ooh. It's a fun event. It's a really fun thing to watch. But I feel some of those hits. And when those those guys are massive, heavy people, they fall out of the ring. Yesterday at the event, I mean, there were multiple guys fell out, where I don't usually see that as much, where they just fall out almost like head first. They fall off the thing and go head first. And I had I've watched not like I've watched a lot of sumo, but I've definitely watched more than 2 or 3 times, and I haven't seen that where they just go head first and come back up. They come back up bloody. One guy hurt his ankle falling off. Maybe I've just been, I don't want to say lucky, but in the past I don't remember seeing people just flat out injured. But yeah. Anyway, all right. It is 3:00. We're getting close to 3:00. The match is starting at 4:30 my time, so an hour and a half or so from now. I think that is probably going to be it. Oh wait, so you say sumos have weak ankles, knees for obvious reasons. Oh yeah. I mean, no matter how much you try to train them, you try to strengthen your ankles or your knees, you can't. Yeah. All right. Well, for anyone that wanted more games, I mean, myself included, I did want more games, but I don't want to run the risk of taking a very long game and taking a very long game and then missing some of the beginning of the stream. So I'm going to end it here, and just thank you for that. I will. Oh, I've had this weird layout on here for a while. Sorry about that, but that's it. I'll close up here. Thanks again, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be Shogi Wars, 10-minute games. And that's it. See you all later. Maybe see you in I Dream of Shogi stream. I'll be if I Dream of Shogi is streaming tonight, I'll probably be watching that. And good luck to Nishiyama. And yeah, thanks everybody. Take care. Enjoy your shogi. Bye.